Welcome, 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 Forrest in St. Louis. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful had a wonderful weekend, and you're off to a fast start. It's Monday, 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 Monday. So a couple of things very, very quickly. One, since it is Monday, we need to make sure that we've got our calendar planned out, that we know what our plans are for the week. And I'm going to go over a couple of tips on how I set my week up, allowing yourself what we call our daily method of operation, your DMO. It's very, very important as you build your business, especially as an online entrepreneur, however you're doing that, right? As an affiliate marketer, as a network marketer, maybe as a trader, whatever you're doing. If you're working from home, you're working from your computer, you have plans to work from home. It's very important to understand the 168 hours that you have available in your week. So I'm going to go through some tips real quick. Let me refresh my page over here. I want to make sure that that is working. Something went wrong, it says. There I go, there I go, there I go. So a couple of things. One, I was up late last night consolidating all of my social platforms, becoming very, very focused. And that one of the things that I believe in is I believe in prayer. So I'm going to pause right there and say, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist. Absolutely love helping people succeed online. I'm a coach with the Ray Higdon Coaching Group. Absolutely love the people that I get a chance to interact with and help them grow and expand their business. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. And I hope you are too. So check this out. If you can see it scrolling right across the bottom of the screen, it's equityfx.pro. Equityfx.pro is my new site. Matter of fact, if you go there right now, you can actually see this live streaming on that page, which is a very, very cool thing. I got that set up. Got all my stuff put in one place, and it's going to grow. Got a few more tweaks and things to make to the page, but it's up and running. And my goal, as usual, is my lifetime commitment is to helping you succeed and start a home-based business. Whether I don't care what it is. So if you currently have a network marketing business and you're struggling, you don't know how to market, you don't know how to prospect, you're struggling with your team, you're struggling with mindset, whatever it is, reach out to me. I'll get you some information on maybe signing up with a coaching program and having me as your coach if you'd like that. We also have an entire group of coaches. If it's maybe my personality doesn't fit what you think your personality might be, maybe you can align with another one of our coaches and get you set up there. So absolutely excited for that. So let's talk about the three things you do. One, as I've got this awesome planner that I have, and every Monday or Sunday night, depending on where it's at, just depends on what's going on during the day. Yesterday, I had a great opportunity to work in my bathroom all day. And the cool thing about life is sometimes stuff catches up to you and you've got to adjust your calendar a little bit. So we'll talk about that. So first of all, the very first thing that you need to do is you need to have some type of calendar system, not necessarily to-do list, but something, a calendar. And I used to have Google Docs. I have a Google Docs sheet and I actually have a written calendar. And I'm actually starting to fall a little bit more in love with my written calendar than I am with my Google Sheets, just for calendaring stuff. Now, my follow-ups, I use Google Sheets because I can actually track what's next and due to date. Now, there's a lot of apps out there that you can use. Hey, Jock, good morning. There are a lot of apps out there that you can use to follow up with. However, in terms of following up with apps, I'm not a big fan because the apps never seem to do exactly what I need them to do in terms of follow-up. So they get a little bit too complicated or a little bit too much out there. So a couple of things you can do is if you know how many follow-ups you can do and you can set them on your actual phone calendar's reminder to follow up with you, that's absolutely awesome. Due to remind you. So first, have some type of calendar, a planner, a calendar, maybe a combination of both. Like I said, I use Google Sheets for my follow-up. So if I reach out to somebody and they say yes, I'm going to put their information on Google Sheets, and that formula is set up in those Google Sheets so that it'll actually remind me. So all I've got to do is just go in and search for the day. Hey, Mark, I've just got to go in and search for the day, say August 22nd, and it's going to highlight everybody that I need to follow up with. It doesn't matter if it's a next day follow-up or if it's a 90-day follow-up. It's going to highlight everybody. And as I go through, I can tell, of course, which follow-up needs to be done according to what date was the last time I followed up with them, which makes it really easy. So have a calendar to calendar out your week. Next, be consistent on showing up every day. Now, like I said before, you don't have to show up exactly the same time every day. However, that might make it easier. But the biggest challenge with showing up at the same time, especially for doing a Facebook Live, is not everybody's going to be around at 8:15 on a Monday morning, right? So you might have maybe Mondays you do your lives at 8:15, maybe Tuesdays you do them in the evening. Whatever your calendar is, set it up for you. Maybe you do some at 7:15. I've got coaching clients various times, so I have to schedule my lives around their coaching sessions. So some of my days, my live is going to be a little bit different time, but consistently showing up every single day to do a live. Now, if you have a lifestyle to where you can do a live every day at 7:15 and you want to do that, I know Jeff Altbergers, I always say his name wrong. I'll just call him Jeff. He does a live every night. I want to say at 8:15 consistently. He's there every single day showing up. And here's the amazing thing about Jeff. He's got a huge team, like 700,000 people on his team. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not exasperating that note. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. It's got chocolate and caramel in the bottom. So following your calendar is very important. And the next thing, being consistent. So in your calendar, so watch this. So you've got your calendar laid out, right? You've got your calendar. You can look at it. You sit down and you know what you're doing. For example, my wife and I are going to be going to a wedding up in Chicago on the 22nd. Her cousin's getting married. We've been invited, so we're going to go up and do that. My daughter's getting married on the 28th. We got to set up a reception for her to be able to do that. So I'm putting those things in my calendar right down the road so that I can plan for them ahead of time so that I know, so I can adjust when I'm going to do a live, when I'm going to show up in a meeting, what I've got going on, so that it's going to adjust things a little bit. So make sure you have that calendar so you can have the week at a glance, maybe even the month at a glance. I have my portable calendar. When I write it in my planner, it's cemented in there. Nothing's going to change that unless some type of life event emergency happens. And of course, that would change it. But once it's written in my calendar in ink and highlighted in my yellow highlighter marker, it's not going anywhere. So be consistent. Next thing, leave gaps. Give yourself room to be flexible in that message. Now, even though I might have a coaching session coming up, again, if there's an emergency maybe one of my clients has something that comes up, they can't make the session, or maybe I have something comes up, it's usually like super last minute where I can't make something. Of course, then I would have to adjust that calendar and have to adjust that schedule to do a makeup on the backside. So one of the things that's very important to do is make sure that you have your calendar scheduled. And like, for example, I had a couple of coaching calls this last week and technology kicked my butt. I was out of range. I couldn't get on the phone. It was, and I love showing up. I love being on time. I love showing up, but technology just wasn't cooperating. So when I got the chance, I had to reach out, make some adjustments in calendars, do some makeup stuff and things like that. Stuff happens like that. That's not anything that you can't control the airwaves. You can't control whether or not your phone is going to work to a certain extent. There's a lot of things that happen. So give yourself breathing room, give yourself permission to be flexible, and don't beat yourself up if you miss a meeting. Simply, if you put it on your calendar. Now I'm going to say this. When you're setting goals and writing out your calendar, don't put wishy stuff on your calendar. Don't put, it's like, I wish I can do this. I hope I can do that. Like I said, make sure you leave yourself gaps in your calendar so that you have room to move and be adjustable, right? My goal and my commitment for me is to be in bed every night no later than midnight, somewhere between 11:30 and midnight. I give myself some swing in there, right? 11:30 and midnight is my time to get actually in bed, put my head on the pillow and head off to Z-land, right? That way I can get up in the morning. My alarm goes off bright and early. I was getting up earlier, but I adjust a little bit because my goal is to get a solid 6 in. So I'm getting up at 6 o'clock. I'm prepping my morning and I'm doing things like that. That's my time. It's 6 hours, right? And some people say you need to get 8 hours of sleep. I'll get 8 hours of sleep when I have more time, right? For right now, that's my time for doing what I need to do. So I hope you got some value from this. Again, get a calendar. Make sure you're calendaring it. Be consistent in your daily method of operation. You have to show up every single day. You don't have to show up at the same time every day, but you have to show up every day. And number 3, leave gaps so you can have some flexibility in what you need to do in case life happens, in case a new event comes up, schedule around that. And I'll leave this as a bonus tip. If you're ever going to an event, a corporate event, a function, use the content from those events to do updates for your Facebook Lives. And I'm going to leave that right there. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Go check out my new site, equityfx.pro. Check it out. See what you think. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing to do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.